Assalamu alaikum everyone. Uh, Welcome to our project demonstration for the course DSP-312 Digital Signal Processing Sessional. So our project name is Voice-Based Library Entry and Book Access System. So in this project, basically we try to create a system that can be used to uh, ensure secure access to library and also make the process of finding a book inside the library easier. So if I go to the interfaces of my system, there are basically two interfaces. The first interface will be installed at the main entrance of the library, where a user will come and speak his ID, and his voice will be if his voice is identified as a registered student, he will be granted access inside the library. And if he is not an unauthorized person, if he is not a registered student, he will be denied access. In the second interface, when a student will go to the book counter inside the library, he will face this interface where he will click the speak button and he will speak the name of the book, and the book name will be identified by our system, and our system will tell him where this book is located inside the library. So in the first interface, uh, if and after that, if we run the program using the run button, our program is running. So in the first interface, we can see there are a few buttons. The first button is test button. This button will be used by a registered student when he will come in front of the main entrance gate. He has to click this test button, and then our system will ask him to speak his ID. So after speaking his ID, our system will compare his ID to the previously registered student's ID, student's voice samples. So if his voice is matched to any of the previously registered students' voice samples, then he will be asked to input his PIN number. And after his PIN number also matches with that student's PIN number, that means that he is a registered student and he will be granted access. So let's try if our system can identify me as a registered student. Since I have already given my voice sample and PIN number here inside the system, I should be granted access after I input my voice and PIN. So I will click the test button and speak my ID. 43. Okay, so basically I spoke my ID a bit fast, so I will speak my ID again. I'm clicking test button. 43. Yeah, so this time the ID has been spoken at the perfect time. And the system has identified my voice matched to the ID 43. And it has also asked me to enter my PIN and click the PIN entry done button. So I have already, during the registration time, I have already inserted my PIN 4343. So this is my PIN. I'm clicking the PIN entry done button. So it is showing voice and PIN matched, access granted, recognized ID is 43. And after that, our system will directly take us to the second interface, which this interface will be shown inside the library in the book counter. So now we are basically standing in front of the book counter where we will speak the name of the book, and our system will show where this book is located. But before explaining the second interface, what if I input a wrong PIN code? That means that my voice is matched, but when I was asked to input my PIN code, I entered the PIN code wrong. So for that, let's click the test button again and insert my voice sample. but this time I will input the pin code wrong. 43. Okay, so my voice has been identified, but this time I will input my pin code incorrect. So my pin code was 4343, but I will this time input 4242. So I will input the pin entry done. I will click the pin entry done button and see. So the access is denied because your pin did not match. So that's how this two-step verification works in the entrance part of my system. So entrance part is secured by two-step verification. First is voice identification, and the second is pin code matching. Now I will jump to the uh, second interface. I will explain the second interface. That means when both the pin and voice is matched. So in the second interface, before running the program, we will go and see how many books we have in our list that our system can identify. So for now, our system can identify these 12 books. That means that our library currently has these 12 books. We can add more books as we wish later on, but for now we will test for these 12 books. And we will speak some of their names and see if our system can identify these books. So at first we will take the example communication system, the book name communication system, and we will see if our system can identify that. So we will click the speak button and then we will speak the name of the book, communication system, and let's see what it can identify. Communication system. Okay, so our program has successfully identified the name of the book, and it has told us that the location of communication system is shelf number G and row number 7. So after that, we will take another example and we will let's take the name differential equations and speak it and see if our system can identify that. Differential equations. Okay, it has also identified the book differential equations, and it has said that the location of this book is shelf H and row 8. Okay. After that, we will take another example. We will speak the name computer networks. Computer networks. Okay. It has identified location of computer networks is shelf B, row 2. Okay. Let's take another example, vector analysis. Click the speak button. Vector analysis. Okay, so it has also identified the book vector analysis. The location of this book is shelf E and row number 5. So that's how our system identifies the name of the book from the speech, and it tells us where the location of the book is. Okay, now we will go to the first interface again to explain the function of the rest of the buttons. Now let's go to the first interface again and run this interface. So I have already discussed about the test button. Now I will discuss about the new entry button. So I have already told that the new entry button is used for registration of a new student. So before that, we will go to the data. This data folder contains all the registered students' voice sample and also their individual PIN numbers. So as a registered student, there should be a folder for me as well, which is this 43. And now, if I delete this folder, that means that I am not a registered student anymore. So I am clicking delete button to delete this folder. Okay, now the folder has been deleted. So if I want to register again, I have to use the new entry button or the train button. If I have pre-recorded audio samples of mine, but now for now I am directly in front of the interface, in front of the main gate. I am main entrance of the library, I'm inputting my voice by myself. So I have to use the new entry button, not the train button. So for that, I'm going to the interface. I have to click the new entry button and I have to give my voice sample 6 times, and also I have to give my PIN number. So at first I will enter my ID, and now I will click the new entry button and I will speak my voice and I will give my ID in speech. And after that, I will be a registered student and the folder will be saved again in this data folder. Um, so let's click the new entry button and give my speech. It is asking for me to speak my ID. So I will do it 6 times. 43. I'm doing, once again, I'm giving this ID in speech. 43. Okay, after inputting my voice for 6 times, the screen will show this audio entry completed. And now I have to input my PIN code and click the new PIN for registration button. So I'm giving my PIN 4343 and I'm clicking the button new PIN for registration. Now see, after clicking this button, it is showing new data entry completed. Thank you. So I have become a registered student. Now let's see if my folder is available in the data folder. So here you can see 2106043. My folder has been created again. And if I enter into this folder, there is 2 folders. One is for the PIN. My PIN number is saved here, 4343 here. And another folder is ID folder where my 6 voice samples have been saved. So I am again a registered student. And now I will test if uh, if I come again in front of the main entrance gate of the library and input my voice, if I am identified or not as a registered student. So I will click the test and try to enter the library. 43. Okay, so I have been identified. And now I have to input my PIN 4343 and click PIN entry done button. It is showing voice and PIN is matched and my ID is 43. And I am directly brought to the second interface in front of the book counter, where I will again speak the name of the books. So that's how my first interface is working. And there is another button which is train button. This is used for the pre-recorded audio. For example, if I go to the uh, this folder is train data folder. This train data folder actually basically contains the previously pre-recorded audio samples. For example, a student cannot come to the library for audio recording, but he wants to register as a registered student. So he will send his voice and his audio samples will be saved here. So these are the pre-recorded audio samples. For example, ID 36. This audio sample has already been used to register. So in data folder, 36 is already as a registered student. So if I delete this folder as a registered folder, so 36 ID will not be a registered student anymore. So I'm deleting 36 folder. And I will now I will use this 36 ID's pre-recorded audio sample to make him a registered student. So I will go to my app, go to my program, I will run it. My program is showing here, and I will input the ID of 36 21060, and I will just click the train button. So our program will automatically find the voice sample of ID 36, pre-recorded voice sample, and use those voice samples to make ID 36 a registered student using vector quantization method. So I'm clicking the 36. So as you can see, the voice samples of ID 36 is being used. These 6 voice samples are being used to make him a registered student. The vector quantized information is being taken from his voice samples actually to make him a registered student. So after this, the processing of his pre-recorded audio, our screen will show enter your pin and click new pin for registration. So basically his voice has been used to make him a registered student. Now he has to input his new registration pin that will be used by him later to enter into the library 36. 3636 is given his pin number. This can be anything he wants. And I will click the new pin for registration. So it is showing new entry completed. Thank you. So which means he is now a registered student. So his folder should be available in the data folder now, where all the registered students folders are located. So I'm going to the data folder. As you can see here, 36. His folder has been created. And here his pin number 3636 has been saved. So he is now a registered student. So whenever next time he comes to the library and speaks in front of the main gate, his ID, he will be granted access to the library. That's how the train button works. And that's how overall our system works to ensure secured access into the library and also make the process of finding a book inside the library easier. So that's all from my project, from our project. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your patience. Thank you.